Yes, this game is a good game. I would recommend it. It is worth it. The story is amazing, the gameplay is alright, and the combat is just standard Persona. If you're a person who only wants gameplay and does not care about the story, go and play Persona 5. Now that we have that out of the way, let's actually get into some deep discussion on this game. Hello everyone. Welcome to the deep discussion part of this video. I would like to straight off the bat talk about the combat immediately, and I would also like to apologize for any heavy breathing you hear me doing. I am standing up and walking around my room while we do this. Anyways, let's continue with this video. The combat is like any other Persona game. Basically, you have a party of 4 members, only 4 you can have. It's a turn-based combat. You go from one person to the other. You take advantage of the enemy's weaknesses because you find them out as you battle them on. You have something called the shift aspect. The shift aspect goes from where if you hit an enemy's weak point, you're able to shift to the next character without losing a turn to keep your turns going and take advantage of all of the enemy's weaknesses. At that point, you can cause an all-out attack. When all enemies are down, you have everyone attack them at once to deal the maximum amount of damage. It's like the execution from Persona 5 Royal. Now, I would like to talk about theurgies. Theurgies are basically every character's personalized ultimate attack. They can deal damage, they can give your party buffs, or they can heal you completely. As the main protagonist, or your main character, you get more than one theurgy. How you get these, though, is whenever you fuse a persona to make a new one, if that new persona you just fused can correspond with a persona you already have, they can link up and do a theurgy, or at least give you one additional one. These theurgies, like I said, consist of damage, buffs, or healing, and they can give you a huge edge in battle, but you're not the only one that can do theurgies, as everyone else in your party can. Everyone else has a specialized one to the elements that they have. They start off with one, but as you progress through the game and go through special events with them, they unlock one additional one. So basically, all of them have 2, while you have at least like 6 or more. You can have a lot of theurgies. These give you a huge edge in battle. If you are losing a fight and you just saved up all your theurgies while you're in that fight, you can almost win. It's basically like you're pushing a win button in a way. They are your ally. They are a huge thing, and you do not want to snooze on these while you are playing through Persona 3. Now that I've talked about theurgies, though, I kind of want to talk about a fusion of the personas now.
Welcome to the Velvet Room.
Here in the Velvet Room, you're able to perform what are called fusions. Basically, fusions are kind of like Dragon Ball in a way. You take 2 personas, and instead of doing a little fusion dance, you just snap your fingers and they get imprinted into your mind. It's just fusing 2 personas together to make a completely new and different persona. And as you make that completely new and different persona, they can learn more skills from the past personas that you had. So if there are skills that you really liked from one persona that you already had to make this fusion, you can transfer those skills on over to the newest persona you have just created. On top of that, you have special personas, like this one persona called Thanatos. I don't know if I said that right, I'm pretty sure I did. But for him, he's a very special one, as he's a very strong one, and you can only attain him through maxing out a specific bond with someone. There are dyad fusions, which are the fusions of just 2 normal personas that you have to make a completely new one, and the special ones are through the bonds that you make. Bonds are very important in this game, as they unlock new fusions along the way, including the best one in the game, the Messiah fusion. That's really it about fusions. There's not much to say or to really go in depth of, except the fact that the whole point of the Velvet Room is just to keep on fusing personas together to make even stronger ones. That is honestly like one of my favorite cutscenes in the game. It is the beginning cutscene of the game, so don't worry, it is not a huge spoiler. Everyone will see it. I'm pretty sure if you're watching this now, you have already seen this cutscene. It is the coolest thing. Anyways, I would like to talk about the story now. And to start off this discussion of the story, I want to talk about the theme of Persona 3 Reload, or at least Persona 3 itself. The theme to Persona 3 is mortality. If you do not know what mortality is the acceptance of death. No matter what in the human life cycle, people will die, and the sooner you accept that, the faster you are able to find a purpose in life and build more connections with people. This game explains that very well. And like I said, you do not know who is going to die. You don't know what's going to happen at all in this game. Alright, your only goal and your only objective is to get to the top of the tower to stop the Dark Hour. That is your only goal in this game. And as you do so, many twists and many turns happen. It's hard to explain the story without spoiling anything major for you guys. All you need to know is when you go into this game, you need to be prepared for what will happen at any time. Because just out of nowhere, a plot twist will happen and someone is gone. You do not know who, and you do not know when, like I said. So be prepared for, I would say, an emotional roller coaster. I would like to also touch up on another thing. So all the people that you meet in this game that are part of the story, like Junpei and Yukari, the two people you meet at the beginning, everyone changes. You start off the game as basically business partners in a way. You're all basically part of one company and have one common goal in mind. Get rid of the Dark Hour and go your separate ways. That's really it. A lot of people hate that because it felt like they weren't actual friends and you had no connections to them. But as you go farther into the game, you make a connection with them. Alright, you spend more time with the female characters and even with the guy characters. You spend more time with everyone. And you see the subtle, very slow but subtle changes in them. This game just has great character development, great character growth. It is also a very realistic type of game. If you go into this game thinking you're just going to save humanity and that's it, you are wrong. You are coming into this game and you're going to be seeing the whole story through the eyes of this high school boy named Makoto Yuki. That's his official canon name. You can name him whatever you want, but you will be seeing everything through his eyes. And because you will be seeing everything through his eyes, it will get very realistic, very dark, very, very fast. Makoto Yuki, in my opinion, is probably one of the most special characters in the Persona franchise, as he's a very different character, as he had a purpose from the beginning, but it doesn't exactly explain to you what his purpose truly was, or who he was, until you get to the end where there's a huge plot twist. I will not reveal much more, but that's really all I have for this. For my review part, well, I want to say I'd give this game, in my opinion, a good old 10 out of 10. Alright, the combat lacks a lot, I know this. And I love myself some good combat, I love myself some great gameplay mechanics, but when it comes down to it, I think I love the story more in games, and I have played Persona 5, and now this one. I have not played Persona 4 yet, but for Persona 3 it has become one of my all-time favorite Persona games, and also my all-time favorite single-player game. It's just, I don't know, that story is very good. It's very realistic, and it has a hidden message in it at the end of the game for you to figure out on your own. It has an ending that's not very complicated, but the more you think about it, the more you realize throughout the story. It is very well written. It's just perfect in my opinion, which is why I give it a 10 out of 10, and I would 100% say this game is worth picking up in 2025. But if you made it this far, thanks for actually watching. This took me a really long time, but I had fun with this. This was really fun to actually make, so I think I'll actually make another one. I'm going to try to be more energetic in the next one. But until then, I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Truly A most remarkable guest.